Never before has so little plastic cost so much.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Suddenly you kissed my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
We review the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pop from Funko, a Walgreens exclusive. How exactly a pharmaceutical marketplace has anything to do with a comic book convention in San Diego is anybody's guess. But you can't argue with the fact that they sell. This is the Spider-Man villain, the Green Goblin figure, which differs from other Green Goblin pops in that this one is mounted on his iconic bat glider. And as any collector knows, a goblin figure that isn't riding around on a rocket-powered bat isn't a goblin at all. The box is standard Funko Pop with the figure glimpsed in bits and pieces on each side, a view on the back of other pops that they want you to collect, and the stickers on the front, marking this as the very expensive exclusive that it is. A nice thing for both collectors and thieves is that the boxes are easy to open, and they do not lash the pops into them with webs of twisty ties and baling wire. So you may box and rebox your pops anytime you like, if you don't throw the boxes away at once, or have any closet space in which to stash them. Let us remove this Green Goblin pop from his box and see if his exclusiveness does anything for him. Out of box, the San Diego Comic-Con Goblin with glider sports a number of features which are absent in most Funko Pops. In addition to being mounted on his trademark glider, the Green Goblin Pop is bobble-headed, with the head mounted on a spring that allows it to bounce back and forth. Sadly, the large tassel on the back of the Goblin's head adds so much weight that it balances backwards, and as such, the head constantly leans backwards unless you tilt the goblin figure forward almost 90 degrees. Without that tilt, the head bumps into the back of the neck section and prevents any bobbling, making the bobble function almost useless. If anyone knows of any kind of fix for this, let death know. I'm all ears. When tilting the figure forward, you can get the bobble-headed feature to work fairly well, but who's going to display their figure like this? On a level surface, the bobbling is limited only to a very faint wobbling before it starts bumping against the neck sections. I suppose one other fix would be to somehow rig the goblin figure so that it is suspended in midair. That way it has a bobble body function. There is no articulation. Pops are not meant to be posable, they are simply meant to be highly stylized display pieces based on entertainment figures and icons, to which a collector may be partial. Playability is limited. I would almost have preferred for this not to have been a bobblehead, since the bobblehead function is woefully ineffective. But there is no denying that the San Diego Comic-Con Goblin has personality, with his glittery body and head, and that toothy little grin. Out of package, he has a strong, plasticky stench, though that will likely wear off over time. The plastic of the head, arms, and legs was made semi-translucent, and as if that weren't garish enough, they also mixed glitter into the plastic, so it will sparkle under bright light. Funky. And not only that, the Goblin Pop translucent parts will also glow in the dark. Anyone who may not be aware, know that you can more effectively charge your glow-in-the-dark pieces by making use of a black light. Only a few seconds under a black light, and your glow-in-the-dark figures will be supercharged and ready to go. A much more effective way to show them off than running around trying to hold them under a light bulb. The glow-in-the-dark function with almost all pops is very diluted, meaning that even at full strength your goblin will only produce a flickering glow about half as bright as a dead firefly. The parts which are not translucent are painted over with the goblin's purple outfit. He has his bag of tricks molded onto him, and of course he is now mounted on his trademark goblin glider, which is painted with a decently shiny silver. The edges of the wings, the chin of the bat head, and this tiny strut at the back are meant to be 4 points of contact to keep the goblin standing level on a flat surface. But due to manufacturing randomness, you may find that your goblin figure has a certain degree of wobble, which would make the bobblehead function more prominent if it actually worked. For size comparison, here is San Diego Comic-Con Green Goblin next to Spectacular Spider-Man Animated's Green Goblin, the Cyber Spider version, the Unleashed version of the Green Goblin 10-inch figure, titanium die-cast Green Goblin, and here is San Diego Comic-Con Green Goblin next to a roll of fluffy double-ply toilet paper. Strong points include his stylized appearance, his goblin glider, his tepid glow feature, and his fabulous glitter. Weak points include a non-functional bobblehead feature, a less than impressive glow, and a slightly unstable base. With most pop figures, the desire to buy one is mainly linked to personal affinity with the literature, comic, movie, or TV show characters on which they are based. As such, I am inclined to give San Diego Comic-Con Goblin a high score. However, he loses points due to the inclusion of a bobblehead function that simply doesn't work very well. San Diego Comic-Con Goblin receives 8 out of 10 deaths. And as for you scalpers, I'll be seeing you later.
If you refuse me, honey, you lose me, then you'll be left alone, oh baby, tell them all, and tell me I'm your own.